I thought at first this was a mirror, but it keeps going. This is all underground. Amazing.
Right now, thousands of people are walking through Istanbul with absolutely no idea what is beneath their feet. This city is not just old, it is layered. Century after century, civilization after civilization, built directly on top of what came before. And the most incredible thing hiding down there is a place that was lost for hundreds of years. A place so beautiful that when they found it again, they could not believe it had ever been forgotten. The thing about Istanbul is you cannot walk 10 minutes without stepping on something that is 1,000 years old, sometimes literally. The city does not hide its history in museums behind glass. It leaves it right there in the ground, under your feet, between the tram tracks and the garbage trucks, and the people just living their lives.
This is the Million Stone. I don't know if I'm saying it right, M-I-L-I-O-N. But this basically is super significant because it's where all the roads and distances were measured. This is basically old world Istanbul city center, and they stumbled upon it as they were doing a dig, and the trains are going by and garbage trucks and life goes on. And there's a beauty. There's a beauty.
Just to the left of the Hagia Sophia is a yellow building that you could walk right past without a second thought. And just below it, they discovered something that had been hidden for centuries. An underground water source so vast and so beautiful that now they charge 25 euros a person just to walk through it. And honestly, it might be the best 25 euros you spend in Istanbul.
Basilica Cistern. Yellow. Just left of the yellow building where you go to the cisterns, there is this wood building. There's only less than 100 in the city because of a big fire, but this was built in the Ottoman Empire 300 years ago. Welcome to the Basilica Cistern. For many years, this was underground. Look at this, going down the steps. This is so beautiful.
The Basilica Cistern was built in the 6th century to store water for the city. The walls are brick, nearly 15 feet thick. There are 336 marble columns holding up the ceiling, most of them pulled from ruined Roman temples. For centuries, this was one of the most important water sources in the world. And then, somehow, it was forgotten. The city grew on top of it. New buildings, new streets, new lives. And underneath all of it, this place just sat here in the dark, full of water, waiting.
This is so beautiful. Look how, I thought at first this was a mirror, but it keeps going. This is all underground, amazing. Oh, they changed the lights at times. Look at that change. Very valuable resource. Water must be protected. You know, it hasn't changed today. Water at some point is going to be more valuable than gold. You watch. Amazing. Look at that, they threw some jellyfish in there. That's great. As you might imagine, it does get awfully crowded. There's not a long line outside because there's definitely a line inside. Look at the reflection on the water, you guys. Beautiful. Wow, guys, if you are wondering if this is something that you should do on your list, I say yes. Hopefully you can see me. It's incredible down here. It is absolutely kind of jaw-dropping of the scope and the magnitude, the size of this. This is one of the main water sources, I believe, drinking water for the city, but I learned there's actually some of these that are spread around the city, but this is the largest one from what I understand.
But the cistern is not just a feat of engineering. The people who built this understood something. They understood that water was life, and what protects life deserves to also be beautiful. So they placed guardians down here. Stone faces, ancient symbols, things designed to ward off evil and protect the most valuable resource they had. 1,500 years later, they are still standing watch.
Head of Medusa, look at that on the pillar. This was to scare away evil spirits from the water source. There's the Medusa statue, and look at the shadow that it casts. So this is the teardrop column, dates back to the 4th century. It is to resemble a tree trunk, different than what scholars originally thought. Pretty neat. They even include a subfossil of an oak tree, petrified wood, 6,500 years old. Turned to stone.
But here's what really gets you about Istanbul. The Basilica Cistern is not some unique accident. There are cisterns scattered all over the city, Roman columns still standing in public parks, statues that have been beheaded by conquering empires, artifacts you can reach out and touch that are older than Christ, and a tile exhibition tucked inside a mosque entrance that most people walk straight past. This city does not just have layers, it is layers. Every street, every park, every building is sitting on top of something older.
Down in there is another cistern. They're scattered throughout the city. Pretty neat. It dates back to Roman times. The big one is the Basilica Cistern, and it's wow. So this is a cool shot. You got the cistern there, reflection off the grass, and then on the left of the screen is the reflection of the window of the park. So wish we could go in there, but it's closed right now. The oldest monument from the Roman era, surviving intact up until today. Right here in front of the palace in the park is the column. Now, if you've gone to Rome, you've seen tons of these, but hey, we're in Turkey. Beautiful work. They believe this column to be maybe between 100 and 400 AD. We stumbled across this journey through time with tiles right at the new mosque. Kind of a fun little exhibit to walk through. It's free, so we'll just show you a few clips on our way. You can get right up to these artifacts that are before Christ. It's crazy. I mean, literally, you can get right here, you can touch them. I mean, not that you probably should, but I mean, it's just incredible how different it is here than it is going through Rome and Florence and so on. A lot of the statues that I see in here have all been beheaded. And I believe that is because when the empire was defeated, the new reigning power doesn't want to have the symbols and so on of the previous. So they go ahead and, look at that, behead them all. Who knows where the heads are? I don't know. Here's a similar face that we saw in the Basilica Cistern. Oh, and that is a snake. So that is Medusa right there. Just learned something pretty cool. So on the cement, what I was tripping on are placards and little monuments for all the things of interest in Istanbul. This is a map, and the bluish green is the water, and where this scooter is right here, and that placard just to the left wheel right there is where we are. That's the park, and that is the water, the Bosphorus Strait going up where that gentleman in the yellow coat's walking. And you can kind of get an idea of all the sites that you want to see. They're right there on the ground listed. Kind of cool. I had no idea until I started tripping around going, what are they putting these here for? Jeez Louise, hard to walk.
Istanbul does not just have history, it is history. Layer after layer, century after century, one civilization built directly on top of the last. The Romans built cisterns. The Byzantines put Medusa at the base of their columns to guard the water. The Ottomans built mosques on top of churches. And modern Istanbul built tram lines and coffee shops on top of all of it. Most cities preserve their past in museums. Istanbul walks on top of it every single day without even looking down. And maybe that is the most incredible thing about this place. Not what you can see, but what is still down there, in the dark, waiting to be found. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to join us for future adventures, hit that like and subscribe button. We'll see you on the next video. Happy travels.